Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, so this is a video which I wish I would have gotten when I first started out with makeup, because as a beginner it's really confusing to figure out what products to buy, especially because there are so many products out there. I have made this video keeping in mind myself, like if I went back to 4-5 years when I initially started out makeup, what were the products I would have liked and what were the products which I think were a total and complete waste of money, which I bought, which didn't really help me. In fact, it just made everything so much more confusing for me. So I hope this helps you guys. There's also a mini tutorial where I show you myself using the products. Okay, so there are drugstore products and there are also high-end. Now I know when you're starting out you don't want to buy high-end products because they're so expensive and you're just starting and you don't want to invest in it. But I've only given these products because they are genuinely really good, and I would want you guys to maybe start using them after, you know, maybe like let's say 3-4 months when you've got a hand at makeup, a little, like, you know, practice. Then you can probably buy them, so you can always come back to this video and you can see the products that I've recommended. There are some products which I've been using for a good amount of time, like 3-4 years, like pretty much all the time. I always go back to them, and there are some products which I've discovered which are really good. So I think we should begin this video. The first product that every beginner should have is a primer. Now what exactly is a primer? A primer is something that creates a smooth base for your foundation or your concealer to come on. When you're not applying a primer, you can see your open pores, or you can see, you know, the blending is really tough. But when you have applied a primer, the blending becomes really easy. There are a lot of primers out there for every type of skin type. Now some primers which I really like, one Rimmel primer. It's Rimmel 3-in-1 primer, I guess. I think it's this one. This primer it gives you a very dewy effect when you apply, and I really like dewy skin these days. Like right now also I've got a very dewy sort of makeup going on. I love dewy skin. Okay, so Rimmel is a pretty good primer. Then you have Eba Cosmetics. Eba Cosmetics is vegan and cruelty free, which is a plus point, and the primer is a mattifying primer, and it's at a very reasonable rate. So if you're starting out and if you have oily skin, I would definitely recommend you to go for Eba Cosmetics primer. And then we have Color Bar's Perfect Match Primer. Now this is slightly higher, like say 800 bucks I guess, but it's a very good primer. It smoothens out your skin completely. It's almost like a dupe of Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, but of course Smashbox is like up there. After primer we have your BB or CC cream. Now the reason I'm giving you guys a recommendation of BB or CC cream is because I don't want to give you guys a recommendation of foundation. I remember when I started out, I bought foundation and it was the worst idea ever, because firstly, finding your exact skin tone foundation is so tough. It's been 4 years and I still haven't found my exact shade because my skin tone changes really fast. It changes within, like, I get tan really fast. Then if I do some skincare, the tan goes also really fast. So my skin tone it's very different. So I usually mix 2 foundations, and you know, I don't want you guys when you're starting out to have this problem. So you can go for a BB or CC cream. Now what is a BB or CC cream and the difference between a BB or CC cream? So a BB cream is a beauty balm. Now a beauty balm is targeted at it's basically formulated with keeping skincare in mind. So it targets a lot of your skin problems. For example, a BB cream can be hydrating but also gives you a little coverage and a even base to your skin. It can also tackle your sun, like it can be sunscreen, sun protection. It can be hydrating, it can be mattifying. It can basically target your skin problems. Whereas a CC cream is a color correction cream. It has more coverage. The formula is thicker and it targets more skin problems, not skin problems, but your, you know, like blemishes and your redness and maybe like a little bit of pigmentation, because obviously if it has a thicker formulation it will give you more coverage. So I would definitely recommend you guys to go for a BB cream. If you have redness or pigmentation or something, then go for a CC cream because it has more coverage. So in BB cream I would recommend you guys to go for Garnier Skin Naturals BB cream. It's very reasonable and it's hydrating, so this is for the people who have dry skin. It would be a really good perfect sort of product for you. The second one I would recommend is Maybelline New York Glow Cream. It's pretty good. It lasts all day and it gives you, it's mattifying but it also gives you this healthy glow from within. The third one, which I have used in the video as well, the Clinique BB Gel. So the Clinique BB Gel targets darkness. The one that I chose is a darkness targeted BB Gel, and it's really good. Like, you know, it almost looks like I've applied foundation, right? And that's the point. Like, that's what BB creams do. They give you an even base. Now the third thing that you would want is your concealer. Okay, a concealer is actually a thicker formulation and it works more than a foundation. Now a few favorites of mine. Okay, so I would definitely recommend you guys Maybelline Fit Me concealer. Everybody knows this, it's very popular and it really is one of the best. Then the second one is Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. It generally, okay, so the coverage of both of these concealers are medium, like low to medium. You can build it up, but they work pretty good. The third one which I use is Makeup Forever. Now the Makeup Forever one is a full coverage concealer. So this is for the people who have dark circles, and this works pretty good because it's full coverage and it will really cover all of those dark circles or redness or acne marks or whatever, you know, problems that you want to target. And the fourth one which I use all the time, and the one which I've used in the video as well, LA Girl concealer. I am in the shade medium beige. This is low, like it's a medium coverage concealer, and you can always build it up. You can layer this concealer, so if you've applied one layer and you feel it's not enough, you can go ahead with another layer. I also applied Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, so I'm sort of highlighting under my eyes, you know, to give this like light effect, like basically light and shadows. Now the fourth thing you need is a loose powder. What is a loose powder? A loose powder is basically, now a loose powder, what it does, and I didn't know this, I didn't use a loose powder for 2-3 years. I didn't even know what it was, and I was like, why do people even use it? Like, what is it? Basically, it targets your creases. Now if you look at my eyes, I've got eye bags. Like, I don't know what they are, but there's something. I tend to get a lot of crease lines. Now crease lines are your fine lines that you get under your eyes. So when I apply concealer, my skin, so if I stretch it like this, you will be able to see lines. And if someone is standing really close to my face, or even at a distance like this, they'll be able to see those lines. Now what a loose powder does is, after you apply your concealer, you just apply the loose powder like I have in the video, and you let it sit there for 5 minutes. Basically your skin will soak up the loose powder, and the excess loose powder will be dusted off by you, and you will not get those lines. This is what a loose powder does. That's the one thing that it does. The second thing that it does is it sets your products into the face. So you just, you know, lightly take some of the loose powder and lightly just dab it on your face, and it'll set everything nicely. Everything will be in place. Nothing will shift from its place. That is the best thing that a loose powder can do. Now some of the loose powders which I recommend are Maybelline Fit Me loose powder. It's really good. It also gives a good coverage. Now in loose powders you have different colors. It's very confusing, I agree. So the ones which are colored basically have coverage. Now by coverage I mean it will sort of cover your let's say we're targeting dark circles, so it'll sort of cover the dark circles furthermore. So that is what a colored loose powder can do, whereas a white loose powder is just to set your concealers and everything. The second one that I would recommend for the loose powder is your Makeup Revolution loose powder. Again, it's very good and you get a pretty good amount of loose powder. It goes on for pretty long. And the third one, yes, this is high end, but again I said I'm gonna mention this because these are really good Huda Beauty loose powder. I use Pancake and it's so good. I've used Pancake in the video as well. It is so good. It gives you like, it gives such a nice finish to your face. It sets everything so nicely. Yeah, now the fifth thing that you will require is a blush. A blush, I mean, of course you need a blush because a blush gives you that healthy glow and you look like all fresh and stuff. Even if you don't apply like anything other than blush, you will still look fresh. Blush is just one of those things. Now when it comes to blush, I have used a cream blush. This one is by Bobbi Brown. I'm not going to recommend this for you guys, but if you want to go for a cream blush, I'm just going to show you how to apply the cream blush. This is how I apply it, and it took me a while to understand how to apply it, so you know, I want to help you guys if I can. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. What I would recommend when you're starting out is Makeup Revolution's blush. Then there's also Nykaa has some really good blushes. This is something that I do and you guys can do as well. I have started doing this since last year actually. So I use NYX Powder Puff Lippies. So they're obviously lipsticks, but I use them on my cheeks because they give you such a healthy glow. You know, this finish that you can see with this thing that looks dewy, you can get that with that lipstick. It's so nice. It gives you such a healthy glow. And when I'm in a hurry, and the best part is you can just carry it with you, and you know, when you feel like touching up, just dab it with your fingers. It's the best. I use it all the time, and for the longest time I actually didn't even buy a blush because I used to use them so much. So yeah, you can use them. The sixth thing that you need is a bronzer. Now I'm telling you guys about a bronzer and why you need it, because sometimes when you don't want to apply blush, you can just apply a bronzer. Now what does a bronzer do? A bronzer is something that makes you look sun-kissed, like you've just come from, you know, like the sun, and you're just standing with people. Like I've bronzed my face today, and I use the L'Oreal Makeup Glam. I use the L'Oreal Makeup Glam Bronze Duo. This is one of my favorite bronzers, and it just looks really, like, you know, really bronzish and brownish, and I love this sort of look. Usually for me this is a natural makeup look. I don't know about you guys, but like I would definitely call this natural makeup look, and I've been doing a lot of natural makeup looks. You guys can go see my Instagram for that. Now I like my bronzers to be very orangish. There are a lot of bronzers out there, and what I mean by my bronzers looking orangish is when you look at the bronzer, you can see orange as an undertone. So the one I used in the in my makeup right now is L'Oreal Bronze. So I would recommend, of course, L'Oreal Bronze Glam Duo. It's slightly on the higher end, but it's really good. Then I would recommend Wet n Wild bronzer. It is so pigmented. By pigmented I mean you just need a little bit of the powder and you can use it on your cheek. It's so pigmented. It will last really long for you guys, and you're starting out, so you want products that last really long. The third one is Makeup Revolution Skin Kiss Bronze. Makeup Revolution really has good products, honestly. Yeah, it's pretty good. Now we come to one of the things which I think everybody loves. Everybody loves their face to look highlighted, right? Highlighters, one of the most famous highlighters, Maybelline Master Chrome. It genuinely is really good because number one, it's very reasonable, and number two, it gives you a very good glow to the skin. Then the second one that I would recommend to you guys is Savannah Shimmer Brick. Now Savannah Shimmer Brick is one of the first highlighters that I bought. It is at a very reasonable rate. I think it's for $278, and it gives you such a nice glow. And in fact I still have that highlighter because I stopped using it and I obviously invested in other highlighters, but it's so good, like it just doesn't get over. Now the third one, if you guys want a highlighter which has all colors in them, I would recommend Makeup Revolution Sofix highlighter palette. I've used the highlighter palette in my look as well. It has all the colors. By all the colors I mean it has pink, it has golden, it has purplish, it has whitish purple, it has bronze color. Basically it has a lot of colors, and it's for 1,300 something. But if you're getting so many colors for 1,300, it's pretty good because you can experiment with it. Now the next thing is mascara. So for mascara, I have been using this one mascara for 3 years, and I talk about it all the time on my Instagram, on all of my videos. It's the L'Oreal Fast Lash Superstar Mascara. It has primer on one end and mascara on one end. Now what a primer does is it lengthens your eyelashes, and it also gives a little volume to it. So when you apply mascara, it's just more like, you know, lengthy. So that's what I've done in the video, except instead of using the mascara side, I've used Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. So now the thing is, Too Faced Better Than Sex, basically L'Oreal False Lash Superstar Mascara is a dupe of Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Second one that I would recommend is L'Oreal Intocar mascara. It's pretty good. It gives you a good lengthening lengthening, you know, lashes. The third one that I would recommend is, this is slightly high end, but trust me, it's worth it. It's Estee Lauder Voluminous Sumptuous Mascara. It gives a very natural finish, but at the same time it stays the entire day. It does not wear out. And if you're going for a very like if you want a drugstore product, I would recommend Sugar Cosmetics mascara and Maybelline mascara, Maybelline Colossal mascara. Now the next thing that we have are eye pencils. Now the next thing that we have are eye pencils, basically your eyes. Now to target your eyes, the first, I think what you need, like the thing that I used the most was an eyeliner. Now the eyeliner which I used then is an eyeliner which I still use right now. It's the L'Oreal 9 to 5 eyeliner. It's in the shade Black Impact. By black I mean it is so black, and by matte it is super matte, and it actually stays 9 to 5, and I've been using it since college time, so that's pretty much like 4 years. It's so good, and that is what I needed because that's what I use because I didn't like kajal. And for the people who like kajal, I would give you a recommendation of Sugar Cosmetics Heavy Duty Kohl. It is so good. It glides on so smoothly, and I've made my family buy it because it's just that good. My mom loves kajal, so I made her buy kajal. I mean it, it's genuinely really good. I actually got like some 4-5 pencils of Sugar Cosmetics in the same range of a Heavy Duty Kohl because they're just that good. I have used brown pencil, heavy duty kohl in this video. So I also bronzed my skin with the L'Oreal bronze duo and also applied the same thing on my eyes. That's the thing that you can. I would not recommend you guys using an eyeshadow palette or buying one because it's really tough to understand eyeshadow. I have just started to understand eyeshadow now, so yeah, just use your bronzers or your blush on your eyes, just one color. So for eyeliner, the one I use is a liquid eyeliner, which is really tough for beginners to use, agreed. So you could go for Maybelline New York Tattoo Eyeliner. It's a pen eyeliner and it's easier to use a pen rather than liquid, right? Of course. Now the last thing that we need in our kit are lipsticks. I cannot give you guys I cannot tell you guys which lipsticks to buy because lipstick is a very personal choice, whichever color you like, but I can tell you guys some of my favorites which you might want. So my favorites are, I need to read them out, I've written it. Okay, so I like in Maybelline Superstay we have Seductress and Romantic. Seductress is on the nude shade, Romantic is on a very red shade, but these two colors are gorgeous when applied. I've applied Seductress in my current look as well. Then the next one I would recommend is NYX Powder Puff Lippies, which I recommended you for the blush, and Teacher's Pet and Prank Call. The next I would recommend are ColourPop's Velvet lipsticks. Now these lipsticks are gorgeous. Lipsticks are gorgeous. They look like this, and I love Buttercup, and there's another brown one which I can't remember the name of, but I think I will link it, like I'll put it up right here. I will definitely find it. And then we have slightly high-end Smashbox Stepping Out, gorgeous color. It's on the brownish side, and Driver's Seat on the pinkish nude side. And if you're going for red, then of course you have Boss Babe, Boss Lady, something like that. Then we have Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty lipsticks are very well known, and honestly I love all of them. I can't even give you guys one, but I do love all of their brown shades. I love Icon in pinkish shade, and I love Trophy Wife in a very purplish pinkish shade. And for gloss, you guys must have seen, if you follow me on Instagram, you guys must have seen I wear a lot of gloss these days, and it's only the one gloss that I use. It's the Lancome lip gloss. It's in the shade Clear, and that is all that I think you require in a beginner's makeup kit. I don't think you should invest in anything other than this. I hope I've been helpful. I hope the tutorial was helpful to you guys. I did this look as well, so I hope everything helped you. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, and I will see you guys next week with a new video.